Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting Podcast. Monday, January 1st, new year, time to make some money in the year 2024. Appreciate you guys following along. We are going to get right into things as we look at today's picks. But first, I did want to tell you how we did on Sunday because we're continuing to get videos out to you every day. So we got to go through how we did the day before. 1 and 2 finally got a side total there for a team total for OKC. So we did manage to make a little bit there. Should have gone Domas under points and assists. I mentioned it. I said he could get 20 rebounds, and that was what did us in because the under for points and assists both hit. The points mostly is what I was in love with, and the assists I liked as well. Didn't take it. That was my bet on that one. And Devin Vassell became a bad bet once Keldon Johnson was ruled out. Very difficult to follow that Spurs lineup injury report and all their rotations. So might stay away from them moving forward. Don't really know why I tried to get cute with Vassell. It was a pretty good bet if Keldon Johnson was in. He wasn't. So we lost 1.1 units on the day. And as a result, we're still up 6.9. Nice. Units on the season, 13.7 in those Playa props, and I have 4 of them here for you today on a pretty nice slate. So we'll look to do that. Did climb up a little bit on the sides and totals up to minus 6.8 units on the season, but we'll look to go ahead and hit the prop record here and get that better and juiced up for you. So let's go with bet number 1, a man of my favorite, one of my favorite players in the league at this point, and definitely would be a leading probably, or at least a top 2 candidate for Rookie of the Year. And it just doesn't matter because Chet Holmgren's going to win it. But Jaime Jaquez is finally on people's radars legitimately. We've bet him a number of times this season and cashed on all of them. So we're going to go back to the well, even though he's all the way up at 16.5 points. We used to be getting this dude's prop at like 9.5 points. Sometimes we would get it at 14.5 when he was starting, which he will be doing in this game versus the Clippers. But like the word's out, right? Like Jaime Jaquez Jr. is no longer a well-kept secret in Miami. He's a legit Rookie of the Year candidate, just won't win it because Chet's doing otherworldly crap for a rookie. But the 16.5 points is a great bet because we have so many people out for Miami. Butler is out. Caleb Martin is questionable or is doubtful. Highsmith is also doubtful. So both of them are basically out. Kyle Lowry is actually questionable. So there's just a ton of guys on the list here. And Josh Richardson, also questionable. So we don't know if we'll see either of them. Plenty shots are going to be available for Jaime. He'll be the third banana, like without question, and no real competition for that spot as the third scorer and third most important player on the floor outside of Bam and Tyler Hero, who will be probably shooting at least 17 to 20 times each. And then you'll get Jaime Jaquez at about 14 to 16 field goal attempts in this one. And that's why I still like him for the 17. Kawhi is questionable. That's huge. If Kawhi's out, this bet is wonderful. And that 16.5 points might even go, you'll see some juice lost on it for sure. It won't stay at even money on DraftKings like we have it here. That's because they have a 124 defensive rating without him. And obviously he would be vital to guarding a guy like Jaime Jaquez around the mid-range and then all the way down to the rim. And you've really seen it with this, the effect of not having Kawhi on this Clippers defense has been they're giving up a ton of points down low. They are allowing the second highest field goal percentage and the fourth most field goals made inside of 5 feet over the last 7 games. And that's when Kawhi's been hurt. He's played in 3 of these last 7, but he's also missed 4 and was pretty much hobbled for 2 of them as well. So the solid defense that you would be able to rely upon for Kawhi on a guy like Jaime and the recent small forwards that they've just been allowing a ton of points to, it's not there with him. The thing about the last thing I'll say about Jaime, he's gone over in 5 of 8 without Jimmy Butler this season. And if you take a little bit closer look at those games, specifically like the last 5, right? Like Jimmy's missed 4 of the last 5 games. He only played 22 minutes in this last game. So really before last game, he missed all of the previous 4. And in those games, you know, you look at the shot attempts for Jaime Jaquez, they go up in these situations where one, he's playing a team that's not good against at defending his position, which will be this game for the Clippers. And then the other thing is Caleb Martin playing? Is Haywood Highsmith playing? And when the answer is no, we're looking at 15 field goal attempts and the dude's leading the team in minutes for Jaquez, right? Because their depth at wing goes down so much. They don't really trust many people behind him after you get past Highsmith and Caleb Martin, who are both not in. So he's really just the minutes are going to be there for him up around 35 is my guess in this game, because that's what he plays. He played 39 minutes a game when he's playing without Highsmith, Martin, and Jimmy Butler, which is going to be the case in this game. So with a bad defensive team against his position right now, because I understand they should be good at wing defense, but especially when Kawhi's either not in or fully healthy, this is definitely a plus matchup for Jaime Jaquez to get the 17 points in this one. this is my favorite under of the day. This is going to be the under bet of the day that you guys will see on Shorts and Instagram and Instagram Reels and TikTok, etc. It's Damian Lillard under 7.5 assists. Grab it while you can. Might get juiced down far enough that they just make it 6.5, because right now on FanDuel, if you want to take under 6.5, it's plus 122 on your money. But I'm going to do the 1.35 units on minus 135 for him to get under. That's what I've already got up on my bet slip. So I would tail that exactly as I'm saying it. The 6.5, it gets a little bit scary, but because Dame's good for he's good for 6, and he might be good for 7. He's averaging about 6.5. So I really like the extra assist bump we get for 7.5 to go under that number, especially in a matchup where Indy limits opponents to the fewest assists per game, and they limit point guards to the 4th fewest assists per game. And why is that? Is it because their defense is good? No, their defense is not good. It's fucking trash. But the point is they're going to foul you. And the point guard has his sort of the Ole defense of Indiana allows the point guard like Dame to get all the way to the rim when he wants to, especially when you've got Miles Turner pulled away from the basket because Brook Lopez is playing more on the perimeter, which is where he'll be spending a lot of his time in this game, especially because if they're playing in transition as much as they do, Brook Lopez ain't really trying to run past the 3-point line from baseline to baseline the whole game, meaning he'll be out pulling Miles Turner away from it, meaning Dame's going to have his lane to the basket open. He's going to have his lane to hitting threes open as well, although Indy's 3-point defense has been pretty good, which is why Dame hasn't really gone off points-wise fully against this team. But he's not really even looking for his assists, right? That's my main thing with Dame right now is like 8 assists is too high for Dame against most teams, much less a team who funnels you to the basket and fouls the crap out of you to get you to the foul line, which is another huge reason that this I love this under assist bet, is because the way that Indy just allows you to the free throw line, the 5th most free throws a game that they allow against them, that limit, there's no assists now. You have to hit and ones to get the assist. Otherwise, right, you can make a nice pass, but if you get fouled, the free throws don't count towards the assist. So the 9 potential assists that he has in 2 games versus Indy this season with 6.5 assists per game is actually a little bit less than the 11 potential assists that he averages on the season, even though he goes under this number way more than he goes over, right? For on the season, in the 30 games that Dame has played, he's gone under 7.5 assists 20 times out of those 30 games. So a nice 2/3 of it percentage that we'll go ahead and ride with him to go under 7.5 assists in this game. And then we're going to go to my man, Jakob Poeltl, and go over 18.5 points and rebounds, and minus 104 is a really nice price there. I wanted to go over this number for him last time that they played this Cleveland team, and Cleveland actually had a bit more weapons in that one because Evan Mobley was available for them, which he will not be in this game. And so the way that it works for Jakob Poeltl when he comes in is he like, I was going to take this number over 20.5 points and rebounds last game, and I don't know why I didn't give it out. But I was like, this is all over it. And then he went off and had like 31 points and rebounds combined in that game. And the reason is he has to play against Jared Allen. And that's what I was going with last time. And because this prop only got lower for him in a game that I like more without OG Anunoby now as well, like things are going to be a lot different for Toronto. And we'll see how it looks with RJ Barrett in there, who is not a good spot up 3-point shooter. Raptors fans are about to find that out real freaking quick. And Emmanuel Quickly, you better use him. I don't even see his props, so I don't know how many minutes that he's expected to get, but RJ's just inserted into the lineup. And all the Knicks fans who were mad about this trade, or even not even that mad about this trade, they were mad about IQ, right? They weren't even mad about RJ. Most people were like, meh, whatever. Okay, we lost RJ. He wasn't it anyway. You're about to find that out. But point being, for this bet specifically, getting on my Knicks tangent, he has to play. So the minutes are going to be there for Jakob Poeltl against a true center like Jared Allen. And they're there against other true centers as well. But 24 rebound chances last game versus Cleveland. And if you go back to last season when he played this team as a Raptor as well, 18 rebound chances in that one. So the man's averaging about 21 rebound chances per game against this team in his last 2 as a member of the Raptors. He didn't get quite the same minutes or usage or looks when he was on the Spurs. That's the previous 2 games against his team. He played them. He went under this number in both of them, getting 18 one time and then 12 boards in another game as a Spur, but 0 points. Different offense. Everything was different. The sheer minutes and volume that we're going to see for Poeltl in this game is the reason that I love it. And part of that is not just Jared Allen being the true center that keeps Poeltl on the floor because they have to guard each other. Also, OG Anunoby not being there means you need more rim protection. And not that OG was straight up rim protection, although he was actually a very good blocking small forward, we'll call him. It's also the fact that his defense was so good, not many guys are getting by him. If guys do get by him, he was long and strong enough to like keep them from getting good shots to the rim, even if they got a step on him. Poeltl becomes way more vital when you don't have a guy like that, because there is going to be a few more guys getting by their Toronto defenders here. meaning Pirtle needs to be there to step up and challenge those shots, right? So we're going to keep him at over 18.5 points and rebounds in this one. Nice full unit, basically getting us even money. And this last bet is just to get a fourth one out to you. And I was looking at it, and it's such a strong lean that I ended up putting a half a unit on it. And if you stay away from this bet, I won't have my feelings hurt. Let me put it that way. Over 4.5 rebounds for Dean Wade, the principal. Look, the scary thing about this is he just played 17 minutes against the Bucks and still had 5 boards, by the way. He had 8 rebound chances in that game, 5 boards. And so the minutes might be a thing that start to, I don't know, get affected, right? Once you have Craig Porter Jr. finally getting minutes, at least he did in the fourth quarter of that last game. I don't know what JB Bickerstaff is doing, man. I don't know why he still has a job. Neither here nor there. With Dean Wade, like if he's getting 25 minutes, he's getting 5 boards. It's just that simple. He's gone over in 5 straight without Mobley, including that 17-minute game against Milwaukee last time. He's averaging 12 rebound chances per game in his last 7 without Mobley, and he really was inserted into the starting lineup and as a like strong rotational player 7 games ago. The first 3 or 4 games that Mobley was down, which by the way, he's missed 11 games. It's kind of crazy that Cleveland is doing better now. They've like crept up into the 5 seed in the East without Evan Mobley. Don't know what you want to do with that. But point being, Dean Wade has stepped in really nicely to sort of pick up those rebounds that Jared Allen isn't getting because he's boxing so many dudes out. We talked about this the last time that we hit a Dean Wade rebound ladder. Not going that crazy with it because the minutes are a little bit scary. You can see I only put a half a unit on it just to get a little Dean Wade action. I still think he's a good addition to like a prize picks play or a parlay of some kind where you take Dean Wade 4+ rebounds, let's say, right? Because he's going to get at least, he's going to get 20 minutes, okay? If he gets 17, 18, fine, like in that range of minutes, right? If he's in there to rebound. So the rebound chances are going to continue to be there for him against this Toronto team. He's had a lot of success as a rebounding power forward, which interestingly, Toronto doesn't allow a lot of rebounds to power forwards, but a lot of power forwards aren't Dean Wade, which is like stretch 4s more than anything, right? This dude's out there to shoot open 3s, to keep guys like Pascal Siakam away from the board so that they can crash them a bit easier, and then also crash into the offensive boards when he's standing out on the 3-point line and then someone else shoots. It's his job to keep getting in there on those boards. He's not even worried about getting back. So I think the boards will be there because he should be good for like a couple offensive boards, which means he really just needs 3 defensive rebounds to get us there. With the rebound chances the way they are, a high rebound chance percentage for Dean Wade, which you'll see when you've got a great rebounder and boxer outer like Jared Allen, then you're going to see power forwards benefit by getting a ton of rebounds and having a very high rebound chance percentage because they're a lot more open and a lot less contested when they're going up for those rebounds. So over 4.5 for Dean Wade. Let's run through what we've got here. By the way, Jaime Jaquez Jr. is the real Triple J. So heretofore, we will be referring to him as Triple J. Jaime Jaquez Jr., Triple J, over 16.5 points, full unit on that for even money. Dame Lillard, under 7.5. I'm going 1.35 units because it's minus 135 on DraftKings for that. And I want to get a full unit back on Dame. And that is going to be my under gang bet of the day. Jakob Poeltl, over 18.5 points plus rebounds. And then Dean Wade, the principal, over 4.5 boards for him. And like I said, if you want to throw him in some same game parlays with 4+ boards or whatever, probably juiced all the way down to like minus 185. Still not bad. I still would take that and add that to some parlays, like I said. So that is all the time that I have for you guys in this one. Please do like and subscribe to that page and continue to follow along. I'm bringing you videos every single day, no days off. My wife is not very thrilled with me right now because we're supposed to go do shit, but I had to bring these bets to you after a rough Sunday where I was like not feeling it. This one's coming out a little late because I really wanted to make sure I had some good stuff for you guys here, and we got some of the bets a little bit late, but appreciate you all. Have a great rest of the new year. I'll be with you the whole time. So until I see you next, happy betting.